get into it.
Yo, what's good, chat? It's them DPGMG guys, man. And today we here with another episode of the Hoop Shit, man. We on the Hoop Shit again. We here with that
Y'all
new
gonna let me
Jimmy
eat my
High
ice cream, no
Roller.
Diddy?
Hey, yo, no Diddy chat. Don't be on that weird shit. But the
No
NBA
Diddy
playoffs
chat.
are completely unpredictable. What do you mean? I feel like he gonna talk about the Thunder in this video. I don't know. It's a lot of upsets going on, chat.
Yeah,
the
nah,
last
these
two
playoffs is crazy.
Yeah, it is.
NBA seasons, I have made a prediction on who I think will win the NBA title, and I use strictly numbers and potentially predictive metrics to narrow down my decisions. Overall, I think my predictions went all right. In 2022, I chose the Celtics to win it all, and they came within 2 games of doing just that. Last season, I chose the Celtics again, and if it weren't for the Heat being the greatest 8 seed ever assembled, that might have panned out as well. So this season, I considered predicting the eventual NBA champs once again. By the way, I think it's going to be the Nuggets. But as fun as these experiments are, the reality is numbers will never get you all the way to the correct conclusion, no matter how many metrics you factor in. The game is just too unpredictable. And just a week into the NBA playoffs, we all got a jarring reminder of just how unpredictable.
I'm not gonna lie. Despite the numbers, I like how Tyrese Halliburton playing right now. I wonder if you're gonna touch on that. Cause Tyrese Halliburton actually going crazy on the playmaking tip.
It can be. But Game 2 of the Lakers-Nuggets series in particular really crushed my hopes of ever being able to pin down any sort of coherent prediction. After being down 20 points in the third quarter, the Nuggets crawled back and completed one of the largest comebacks in playoff history. Jokic is nearly
that was
perfect
crazy.
as usual to close out the game. Jamal Murray summoned his inner prime Michael Jordan for the millionth time to put a dagger in the hearts of Lakers fans, and we were all stunned. But why did this comeback feel inevitable? The Nuggets were dead in the water at one point in this game, and yet I never felt like they were completely out of it. In no universe should a Miami Heat team without Jimmy Butler and Terry Rozier beat a 64-win Celtics team by double digits. And yet, was this game really all that surprising? Has the NBA, and specifically the playoffs, become more unpredictable than ever before? In the past, it always felt like there were teams who skated past the first round, teams that seemed to be levitating.
Nah, that is crazy. That's a crazy evolution. Cause
That's very true. That's very
it's
true. Every
way-
series felt like a war.
yeah, the old heads gonna hate me for this, but it's way more hoopers in the NBA now, bro. Like it's
Absolutely.
way more niggas putting up 20 points per game, shit like that. Hell yeah, I was ready.
Absolutely.
Fuck up right there, yeah. Check the out Homer on that list shit. That shit no joke.
Real
It
shit.
get tragic. It fuck you up every time.
Real shit, you
above
ain't never
others
lied.
on their way to the conference finals. But in today's NBA, all bets are off. Any team can win at any moment. Regular season performance becoming more and more irrelevant to postseason success. But why is this? Here's a relatively normal win probability chart. The line starts in the middle, where both teams have a 50-50 chance of winning. The closer the line gets to the top or the bottom, the better one of the team's chances of winning becomes. In this game, the Bucks took an early lead and held on to it until the end of the game. This is normal. Game 2 of the Sixers-Knicks series was not.
God damn.
Damn.
What the fuck? What the fuck?
What happened right there?
Yo, what the fuck?
The NBA is a volatile, unpredictable league, and there is a big reason why. Today's video is sponsored by SeatGeek.
God
The
damn.
NBA season
If
is in
you've
full
been in
swing.
the
The MLB
YouTube
season is
hoops,
just
like,
around the corner. News is
circle,
here.
you
for
really
you
know,
and
like Jimmy High
of a good
Roller upgraded
perception.
his quality so much over the years.
Hell yeah. I was watching this nigga way back when this shit was. But
That
now
when
it's shit
bro was
fire.
telling me stories. Bro used
Hell
to break
yeah.
down stories and shit. Shout out
Hell
to Jimmy
yeah.
High Roller.
Bro,
Yo, he
whole
used to be like
content
the
shifted.
NBA, like Yeah, he used to be the NBA obscure story nigga.
Yeah, like
Like
all the wild shit.
he wrote a story about the Kawhi like dad death. He had
Yeah, I
the
watched that video too.
MJ he had the MJ fucking gambling videos.
Hell yeah.
He had the shit about some of the college hoopers. Like he used to really be a story.
Yeah, like y'all
Right now,
know like fun little raps type shit, but kinda
Yeah.
for basketball and without the face cam.
Yeah. No, exactly. It was
In
a
20
oh,
point-
this was one other NFL YouTuber that like did like the story around certain NFL players. I can't remember the nigga channel, but shout out to
Was
him.
he white, bro?
He might have been. I can't exactly remember.
I
don't
remember
think he
one
did
called
face
like KTO. Oh no, he did face cam. Sure.
I don't think he did face.
I might know who you talking about, but I don't know.
win is considered a blowout by any metric, and yet, as long as there's time left on the clock, a 20-point lead can be chipped away relatively quickly in the NBA today. The Nuggets overcoming a 20-point deficit in Game 2 against the Lakers was remarkable. But you know what's even crazier? With a minute and 15 seconds left in this game, the Nuggets had 92 points. They ended the game with 101. That's 9 points in 76 seconds to close out a playoff game. According to Inpredictables.com win probability model, the Nuggets had just an 18% chance of winning this game with a minute and 27 seconds left in the fourth. Even crazier, a more unlikely comeback happened on the same exact night. Take a look at the clock. There's just 30 seconds left in this game. The Knicks have 96 points. When the clock hit 0, they had 104. The Knicks scored 8 points in just 28 seconds to clinch a playoff win. You cannot predict this. There's no metric that will see this coming. There's no game plan or scheme to prevent this. The Knicks had just a 1.7% chance of winning this game with 47 seconds left on the clock.
Seconds,
A couple three-pointers and free throws later, and those
that's
chances
crazy.
were all but
Holy
irrelevant.
shit.
And even when games don't come down to the wire like this, they are still
That's some
completely
2K shit.
unpredictable. In Game 2 of the
For real.
Celtics Heat series, Boston was favored by 15 points going into this game. They lost by 10 points. One of the best regular season teams in NBA history lost to a team missing 2 of their starters at home by double digits. The NBA is as volatile and unpredictable as it's ever been. Inpredictable.com's win probability model not only gives a play-by-play breakdown of how likely a team is to win or lose, it then uses this data to identify the most statistically unlikely comebacks throughout NBA history. Given a point deficit, time remaining, and ball possession, their comeback metric shows how likely a team was to win or lose based on how other teams have fared in that exact scenario over the past 10 years. A comeback score of 50 would be considered highly unlikely. This Knicks win over the 76ers in Game 2 had a comeback score of 56.8. Now, here's a chart of every game that featured one of these highly unlikely comebacks from year to year, dating back to the 1997 season. For many years, these comebacks were limited to 10, maybe 20 a season. But year after year, the number of crazy comebacks continues to climb, with the most in a single season coming this year with 32. As pace continues to increase in the NBA and teams incorporate more three-pointers into their game plan, the outcome of these games has gotten more and more unpredictable. The NBA has always been a make or miss league, but as offenses have become more potent, so has the potential for comebacks, upsets, and unforeseen results. In any given NBA game, there are 4 statistics, known as the 4 factors, that have the highest correlation to winning basketball games. How well a team shoots the ball, turnovers, offensive rebounds, and how often a team is getting to the line. How well a team does in these 4 factors will usually determine the outcome of a game. But in today's NBA, most games boil down to just one factor. Here's a chart of how often teams won a playoff game over the years when they made more three-pointers than the opposing team. Over the last 3 postseasons, when a team makes more threes than their opponents, they end up winning the game over 70% of the time. Peaking in this year's playoffs, where teams that make more threes than the opposing team have won the game 81% of the time. More than rebounding, more than getting to the line, it's simply making or missing threes that have become the overwhelming factor that is deciding these games. When compared to the traditional 4 factors, making more threes than the opposing team is actually a better indicator of which team will win the game than any other metric right now. And you might be thinking, well, of course the team that hits more threes wins the game the majority of the time. But this wasn't always the case. In fact, in the past, hitting more threes had almost no correlation to whether a team was going to win or not. From 1990 to 1994, when a team made more threes than their opponent, they won about 45% of the time. So not only were threes not prioritized, teams that relied more on three-pointers actually performed worse than other teams. From 2010 to 2014, the win rate for teams that hit more threes than their opponent in the playoffs jumped to about 55%. So just a decade ago, making more threes gave teams a slight edge over their opponent, but it was still just one of many variables that would determine the outcome of a game. In the past, three-pointers were viewed as almost a home run, a game breaker, even if the shot was a good open look. Teams didn't take a lot, and they didn't make a lot. But over the last decade, the shot has not only become the focal point for many offenses, it has become the deciding factor in the majority of these playoff games. How many games have you watched where your team gets
that's
out
like
to
having
10,
takeover. That was like
15,
having
even
takeover to them
20-point
niggas,
lead,
bro.
and despite a
For
massive
real,
cushion,
bro.
they still
That
can't
shit was
relax,
mad.
knowing that all it
No
would take is a
bullshit.
few long bombs to shift the momentum and turn the game around. These long bombs used to be improbable. Get yourself a double-digit lead and holding on to it late in a game was relatively manageable. But now, a 15-point lead in the NBA is nothing. Teams can close that gap in the blink of an eye. In 2012, just over a decade ago,
I think that's because niggas started hitting tougher shots, though. I ain't gonna lie. As niggas started to get better, niggas just started hitting tougher shots, bro. Like,
Facts.
come
Like,
on,
niggas
bro.
like Ray
Niggas should have knew.
Allen, they said
Yeah, I
they
was
was
ready to say,
team and
niggas should have knew it
sorcerers.
was up when Ray Allen had that step back 3 in the corner, bro.
Yeah,
Shit.
for real.
After
Niggas like
that,
that
it's
back
like-
then was seen as sorcerers. Now
Yeah.
niggas practice that. Niggas saw that, started practicing.
feel
those
like
shots,
that's
adding
something
them to
that-
the repertoire.
That Kobe don't get enough credit for, though, because Kobe was one of the first niggas really checking threes. Like,
That's a
he
fact.
really
He
was
a
up
lead
in them
chucker, like
bitches.
shit you should not take.
Yeah, like, one of the original chuckers, bro.
ago, the Miami Heat won a playoff game without making a single three-pointer. In those same playoffs, the Grizzlies had a game where they didn't make a single three and beat the Lob City Clippers by double digits. Here's a series in 2012 where the
Yeah, that's
Jazz
a whole
hit
different
9
That's
threes
true.
throughout the entire series. Go back even further and you'll see shooting volatility and the reliance on three-pointers dip even further. In 1994, the Celtics and Hornets combined for 13 made three-pointers throughout an entire playoff series. The Miami Heat just hit 13 threes in one half of a single game. Three-pointers are a high-variance
Why you
shot
say it like that?
inherently. High
No
risk,
bullshit.
high reward. When a team is only shooting 10 of them a game, this variance plays
That
a
nigga almost
marginal
popped the
role
blood
in the
vessel.
outcome. The result of the game is a bit more expected. But when teams are shooting 35, 43s a game and hitting half of them, the game isn't just affected by these shots. The entire game hinges on the outcome of
Yeah,
these
you gotta
shots.
think about
A
it.
team can
20
miss a
threes,
handful of
that's
shots
60 points, bro. That's half their total. Like, that's half their total score, bro. That's crazy.
Facts. Facts, man.
and find themselves on the bad end of a 15-point run, and then flip the script, hit a handful of threes themselves, and seemingly out of nowhere, they have the lead. In their first 3 games against the Nuggets, the Lakers have held a double-digit lead at some point in the game. And yet, when watching these games, the score might as well be tied with how explosive the Nuggets offense is. And this volatility has seen a spike in the postseason in comparison to the regular season this year. Usually in the postseason, teams score less than they do in the regular season. The game slows down, teams have an entire series to prep for the opposing team's schemes and sets. Scoring gets more difficult. But over the last few seasons, this discrepancy from regular season performance to playoff performance has only grown larger. Between an increase in games missed from key players, injuries going into the playoffs, and the previous mentioned variance in shooting and scoring, a team doing well in the regular season has become more and more non-predictive of how they will do in the playoffs. Over the last 20 seasons, on average, teams are scoring about 3 to 4 less points in playoff games than they do in regular season games. So far, in the 2024 playoffs, the league is averaging 10.5 less points scored per game than they did in the regular season. That
But
is
that
an
just comes with
unprecedented
like a
gap.
more
This fall off in playoff
high
scoring
paced offense in the regular season. Like that just like
Yeah,
entirely like we know that it's more offensive focused now in the NBA.
yeah,
So of course, you feel me, the regular season would be higher scoring.
yeah. And in the regular season, you know, they trying to take their time. Possessions mean more. It's like they can't just be out there fucking up. You feel me? They got
Right.
each possession just get more valuable, bro.
shows just how disconnected the regular season has gotten from the playoffs. This has all
10 points is fucking crazy though. I ain't gonna lie. That's like, but
10 points.
that's
It
that's
really
only
is, I'm
you
saying.
think about it. That's only 3 threes.
Damn.
That's only 3
Damn,
threes,
yeah,
bro.
we was all just talking about how, you know, them points can come by easy now in the NBA. Okay, my camera's really bugging. But yeah, we was just talking about how them shits is easy to come by. That's crazy. Oh, the reason my shit bugging because my phone died.
Hey yo. Oh shit, chill.
Back into it?
Hell yeah, my
always
fault.
been the case, but it is far more prevalent now than ever before. Here's a moment in Game 2 of the Bucks-Pacers series. With less than 11 minutes left in the fourth quarter, the Pacers had a 4-point lead on the Bucks. That's a one-possession game. 5 minutes and 23 seconds later, the Pacers were up by 23 points. Here's Game 1 of the Suns T-Wolves series where
By
the Suns were down
23
15 points with about 10 minutes left in the fourth. Within 2 minutes of game time, they were down by 25. Game 1, Heat versus Celtics. With
By
3:32 left in the
25
third quarter, the Heat were down 17.
Right,
A lot, but still very manageable. 3 minutes later, the Heat were losing by 32 points. These kinds of scoring outbursts are happening all the time now, and they end up being the deciding factor of these games more and more often. Andrew Lopez of ESPN wrote a great article on this in March of this year, detailing the change in scoring variance the league has seen over the last few years and how some players and coaches are reacting.
Yeah, bro, this is why old heads was ass, bro. They couldn't shoot. They couldn't fucking shoot, bro. This is why y'all had low scoring games. Y'all be talking about defense.
Had no deck on them.
No bullshit. Y'all be talking about defense. It's easy to play good defense when the only thing that the nigga can do is score in the paint, bro. You just gotta stop it from getting there, nigga. What the fuck? That's all you gotta do. What the fuck? Y'all error was shit. Stop playing, bro. Come on, bro.
No, boy.
Come
That
on,
nigga
bro.
could.
Y'all niggas wasn't up in no
couldn't do
step
that.
back 3, bro.
They wasn't
Y'all was calling a travel on that shit. Cause y'all was butt, bro.
real. Y'all wasn't even doing that shit because that shit wasn't going in. Y'all wasn't shooting threes.
No bullshit.
Damn. Yeah, bro. He's really trash. That's tough.
No bullshit, bro. I've been able to shoot a mid range since I was 7, bro. Y'all niggas was come on,
Literally,
bro. Let's be
niggas.
real.
Literally.
Come on, bro. Come on.
Y'all niggas got away
Acting
with
to
no
these
jumper.
scoring
Like, once you get
explosions.
exposed.
No bullshit. Let a nigga like PG go back to the fucking 80s or the 90s. It's over with.
For real,
That's
bro.
crazy. He the only
Like,
nigga
what?
out there
Y'all
up in that
niggas get
bitch. He said, Green. You know what's crazy when centers out this bitch? Victor Wembanyama 7'5" coming down court here and pull up threes, bro. We're done with the
Nah,
90s.
for real. We're super done. You niggas
Victor
are
Wembanyama said during his time in the NBA so far, he's learned a 20-point lead
Oh, Vic.
is nothing. Minnesota head coach Chris Finch was also quoted saying, "You see a lot of unpredictable results regardless of the point differential and the margins of the score. Like, wow, how'd that team beat that team?" And then you look at the column and they made 22 threes. There was a time where you weren't taking 20 threes in a game. It's all down to that. But the most eye-opening part about this article was this stat. When Steve Kerr began his tenure with Golden State, the Warriors strung together 114 consecutive wins when holding a lead of at least 15 points. Now, the longest
114
active
wins
streak
is
when
crazy.
taking a 15-point lead is just 35. No lead is safe, and any team can win at any time. I heard a really good analogy about how scoring volatility has altered the NBA, and it's probably the simplest way to understand exactly what's going on in these games. You ever play Mario Kart? Yeah, the racing game for children. Well, in that game,
With the
whenever you
fucking
get out
news
to a
curtain.
massive lead,
How did we get to Mario Kart?
You ever played Mario Kart?
Like,
Yo, this Jimmy Hopper,
how did we
nigga
get
is
to Mario
hilarious.
Kart? Yeah.
Yo, you ever played Mario Kart?
Like, he random, bro. He random. How did we get here?
The game will artificially speed up the AI racers so they can catch up to you and make the race more competitive.
Yo, Mario Kart did do that shit, though. They did used to cheat like that, bro. They did, though. They did, though, bro. You ever experienced that, bro?
Yeah,
I know I'm not getting, bro. Hey, bro, you had,
yeah, bro.
Damn, you ever, you know how they had the little steering wheel jump, bro?
Hell yeah.
Bro. I think one of my cousins on my mom's side had that bitch. I went over their crib one day. It was like a little reunion or some shit, bro. We was there and there.
Hell yeah.
I was like, oh shit, that bitch tough. I ain't gonna lie, that bitch was tough, yo.
Try to get a little badass Kate Dubsky.
That shit was tough. That shit was tough. Nah, shout out folks. I ain't seen them since I was like, probably like 12, bro.
Damn, bro.
Yeah, homework, chat.
That's a gang of years.
And if you fall behind, the AI racers will slow down so you can catch up. This is a mechanism built into the game called rubber banding. The mechanism exists so if you're really good at the game, it still remains challenging. And if you're not so good at the game, you still have a chance to win. No matter the gap between you and the other racers, the game will close it and make the races competitive. Scoring variance, three-point volatility, and shot making has triggered this rubber banding in the NBA. When a team jumps ahead by too much, the other team comes racing back. Got a team that is the deepest, most talented team in the league? Yeah, well, we have three-pointers, and we know how to use them. Just went on a hot streak, hit a bunch of shots, got out to a lead. That's all right. You'll eventually get cold and we'll hit an improbable amount of three-pointers in a row to close the gap. A team can meet all the prerequisites to be a title contender. They could check all the boxes that past champions checked off. They could be the clear favorite in any given series. And
I get what he's saying.
Like, what is he saying? Like, okay, so what is he saying?
He's saying, like, with the rate of three-pointers that teams are making, it's easier for a team that looks worse on paper to come back if they know how to utilize three-pointers in the proper way. Pretty much. That's pretty much what he getting at, which is what's, like, making play, like, it less predictable.
Making it so unpredictable.
Yeah.
Okay, I see. Okay. Appreciate you.
Yeah.
Appreciate you. I see you. Okay.
But he ain't connect the message at the end the proper way. I don't feel like...
Still, the NBA is as unpredictable as ever, where no lead is safe and no team is safe.
Cause it's like, that's true, but that's only true to a certain extent.
Yeah, that's really even only true in certain cases. Like, not every league is lost because a team slowed down and let the other team come back. Sometimes the other team just up their scoring volume.
Yeah. And then I feel like that's also kind of discrediting defense, because a lot of times teams don't just get cold and stop hitting shots. Them niggas start getting clamped the fuck up because of defensive adjustments. It's like, it's nuances to what he's saying, but it's like, everything should be taken with a grain of salt.
I don't know, that was just like a little, ain't had to be thrown in.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like, I feel like you went off the tracks a little bit.
Hell yeah.
You ever played Mario Kart?
Yeah, like I mean, I get it, like with the rubber
like,
banding,
you started
but it's
losing
like
me a little bit. I'm sorry.
Yeah, like, this not a video game, bro. This real life. Niggas don't be rubber banding, bro. Niggas just...
Yeah, that's what I'm like. That's what's really fucking me up. It's like, are you accusing niggas of being AI NPCs rubber banding?
Like,
Like,
I get it. I get what he's trying to say, but at the same time, even then, it's like, that's extremely oversimplifying it.
Yeah.
That's like a one-dimensional view of how what's happening, I would say. But I get his point, and it's not a bad point to me. But shit, that was 24 minutes. God damn. With that being said, bro, we ready to get the fuck up out of here, man. Them DPGMG guys. Let us know if y'all want more hoop shit. on the channel. Let us know whatever else y'all want. Get us the 50 subs on the DPR channel. Y'all know how it go, man. Make sure y'all click that. What color do it be? Black? It's black now?
I think black and then they turn it white. Or white and they turn it black.
Something like that, yeah.
Turn that shit inverse, man.
Yeah, whatever color it is, turn it the other one. You feel me?
Yeah. If you not subscribed. If you subscribe, keep that motherfucker the same color.
No bullshit. But with that
Be
being
lazy.
said,
You ain't gotta do shit.
Without further ado, man, we're ready to get the fuck up out of here. So without further ado, salute, y'all, dick.